Evening traders, welcome to the meeting for risk and reward. What an exciting day. Expectations were quite busy, but I'm Jacques to be. I'm going to be hosting you. Um, Let me just show you something. We did send some trade ideas out today. Let me just get that. I'll show you where we got it. You get it into that little bell there. And here you get your trading signals. We sent one out of USD CHF and we sent one out on AUD USD. Now, we're going to go through it and to explain to you what you need to do your homework. See if you like it. Quantities, affordability, and at the end of the day, depends on you as the trader if you want to execute the trades. So I've got three screens open here, as you can see, AUD USD, USD CHF, and then the US 100. I just want to make sure of one thing here while we're waiting for everybody to join. I did send out this level of, do you think the US 100 will break the 50,552? 525, this level here. If it breaks it here, let's do the following. Let me just go to one screen rather, and then we can do it. US 100. So when I looked at this, you will see the cycles on the US markets. Now it's so strange. Every time here from 4 to 6:50, this is a 30-minute delay chart on the US 100. You will see there's some positiveness coming from the big players on the US markets, tending to lift this up. So it happened yesterday afternoon, late evening, broke the new high, came up, broken a new high. So tomorrow in the report, you will most probably see US markets reach new highs. That's a good thing. We said, do you think it's going to break this Fibonacci? We're going to do that tomorrow evening. How to set it up and how to use it. We said if you're going to break this 23.6, that's on 30525. If it breaks it up, with this red line, will it go high? And it did. And we said we had a low there of 38.2% on a level of 30437. So it was testing that level when we got in and it physically broke it. So if you put this on an hour chart, you can see it more clearly. Broken that level, and it went here from 3052 to the new high of 30609. I'm going to adjust this level here. So it had a new record of 30633. That's the pricing of the US 100. Then we also sent some trading signals out on two other products. The other one did struggle, USD CHF did struggle. Our entry level was here. If you can go under this yellow line here, and that was on the FIB, it bounced on it and it went higher. It actually kicked us out. We did expect some negative movement if it break here to come back to these levels here. That's on a 30-minute chart. And if you take the other one, AUD USD, this one was a buy. We said if you break this on the Fibonacci level of 23.6, you can go higher. So our high is just here on the top here. So it's testing these highs here, as you can see. And if we can have a nice breakout to this levels here on the top, it will be very nice to have. Just, if you can go to the top here, that trade is still open. It's still doing well. Then there might be a good opportunity here to take profit here close to 718.10, 719.10, 719.20. I'm talking about these levels here. So again, it's very, very important at all times. When you get this trading signals, you're going to get it like this. So what I'm going to do is Um, let's just do this. It's very, very important to have your levels. So I'm going to give me 1 second here. Just want to get the levels here quickly. And then you're going to see what you need to do when this comes out, how to analyze your risk and reward. So let's start with AUD USD first. Okay, so I just want to check something here quickly. This one here. So I'm going to put this one in as a screenshot. And I'm going to post it in the group for you and the chat. And this will definitely help you in the future if you're part of that WhatsApp groups and you get this trading signals, what you need to do to analyze this. So I did put it in the chat for everybody. You're welcome to go and read it and see it. So you need to have an account open, not necessarily funded, but the objective is to have it open. Okay, I've got this open here. So let's go to AUD USD. So this is what I want to focus on. So here's AUD. You're getting a message like this, and the message will say AUD USD is a buy on a level of 71723. Take profit level at 0.71927. Stop loss at 0.71620. So it's always good to write it down so you can keep track of it, or you can keep it here in the inbox. But I've written it down. So now I want to show you what you need to do to get you into the, okay, I've got this. Can I afford it? What is my risk? What is my reward? How do I need to approach this? And that is what trading is about. It's easy to get. You might get different trading signals. You might create your own trading signals. And this is one way you can go and do it. So what I'm going to do, AUD USD is there. And I'm going to select the advanced order. And I'm just going to open this a bit bigger. Okay. So I always start with the pending side, because the pending side is you will never know when you get this trading signal. Is it underneath the buying signal? Is it above the trading signal? So this system will help you on the pending side as to do a market order. Market order means get me in. That's not what you want to do. So you want to go to the pending side, and what is going to happen on the pending side is this is where you need to go, and let me take this off so everybody can see it clearly on the chart as well. So on the pending side, you're going to see here, there's this orange button. Now let's go to the entry level that was given. So you can look at this level here, or you can go and look at that level there as you adjust this pending order. So our entry level on AUD USD was 0.71723. Let's go to 23. There. So 0.71723. That was the entry level that was given. That might be an opportunity to look at. So we've got that level there now. So the first thing I need to do, if I want to purchase AUD, do a pending trade, and I want to buy a lot size of 0.01 on this price, on this pips, that's what they call it. My required margin is $1.44 for lot size of 0.01. So here comes the affordability side. So what do I need to do? Let's say, argument's sake, you've got $20 in your account or $10. Everybody's different here. So when you've identified the lot size, entry level, now you know you're going to pay $1.43. So let's make this example $1. So if I've got $10 in my account and I'm going to use $1 as a margin, $1 as a margin, what will happen? $1 will be taken out. So I'm sitting with $9 in cash equity and $1 in margin. So here you will see the equity, and there you will see the margin there. Currently, I'm not in trade, so there's no margin being used. So that will show $1. So I've got $9 and in cash equity, and I've got $1 in margin. When I get out of this trade, that $1 will be paid back to me. That was a deposit, a holding deposit. Everybody needs to pay on contract for differences a margin. So that $1 will come back to my $10 that I started with. And then the profits and losses I've made will be added or deducted from the $10. Is everybody with me? It's simple as that. As simple as that. That is how it will play out. Just in simple terms, educating you. So you always need to have margin. You need to always confirm, can you afford it? So look at this. In this account, there's $137. Lot size of 0.01 requires me to pay $1.44 US cents. So look at this. I'm going to do this trade quickly. Look at this. Look at that margin on the right side top. Sorry, that was a penning trade. Let's do a direct trade. You will see here, I'm going to confirm the trade, that $1.43 will be taken. If I close this position and I close it, that 143 will be paid back into my account. That is what happens. If I've made a 30-cent loss, that will be deducted from my equity balance. If I've made $2, it will be added to my equity. That is why these functionalities are very important to have. Is it clear? Okay, that was the first thing. So I'm going to go back to pending. What was our entry level here again? Let me just get it correct here. 71723. 71723. Okay, so that was our entry level here. This breakout here came back and it went up again. Okay. If I increase my lot sizes, my margin will increase. Do everybody see it? So 0.03 will cost me $4.31. I will get that back when I close the position. As I increase this, my margin will increase as well because it means I'm paying more deposit. Margin. Now, if you look at this, I've got a $137 account. So I can go and determine now, I'm not going to use a lot of money by paying on a lot size of 0.05, $7. That's not a lot of money that I'm going to take out of my account. And that is how you determine affordability. Some of you will say, but Jacques, I'm willing to take here at $10 off that $137 as a deposit, and my lot size will be 0.07. Some of you are going to be very scared to trade, so you will most probably start on a lot size of 0.01. Some of you are going to say, do you know what, I'm into the market already, I understand the market, I'm comfortable, I'm going to increase my lot sizes until I'm comfortable how much I will be taken out as a margin to open this position. Simple as that. So that is affordability. So I will advise you, and I always advise this, have a checklist. Write down, okay, if I want to trade AUUSD, I'm going to pay $10 for so many lot sizes. Here is Euro USD. I'm going to pay so much margin for this lot size. Every company or every symbol that you're going to be trading might have a different margin requirement per lot size. So 0.01 on Euro USD might be $1. On AUD USD, it might be $1.40. All symbols might have a difference in margin requirement. Not all of them are the same. Always remember that as well. Okay. So I'm going to stick with, I've got $137 in this account. I'm going to stick with a lot size of 0.07, and I will be paying $10.05 US cents as a margin / deposit. I know I'm going to get this back. Affordability is done. Stop loss. Now, here always, I'm going to do a buy here. That was the objective. So my stop loss level, and you most probably created your own one, or you're going to use somebody else's stop loss. The stop loss level here is 0.71620. 0.716. So this is this level here or that level there. So I'm going to drag it down. 71620. So I'm going to place it on. Okay, let's go one up here. 0.71620. So the orange line is my entry level. The blue line is the current trading level of the share. The red line is my stop loss. So my major concerns here, where's the share currently at? Where I want to enter? Where's it currently trading at? And this is the red line, that's my stop loss. On a level of 0.07, I'm going to pay $10 as a margin. This is my stop loss level here, 0.7620. What's the risk I will have on this trade? And this is where the most important part comes in. What is the risk I will have on this trade? If I'm going to go for a lot size of 0.07, with this entry price and that stop loss price, so the orange is the entry price and the red is the stop loss price, my risk on this trade, calculated by the trading platform, will be $7.21. And that is where I need to ask myself the following question. Am I willing to take that loss? If this trade goes against me, and we know the market is volatile, good news, bad news, good news, bad news, constantly happening, and it affects trading. But if you're going to go into this trade and it goes your way, well done. But sometimes it goes your way and then it comes down. Then it goes your way and it comes down. And that causes fear and that causes emotions. But if I know for a fact now, if I'm going to go and open this position with a buy, entering at the orange line and using the red line as a stop loss, what is the risk I might have on this trade? It's $7.21. Jacques, are you willing to lose $7.21 on this trade if it goes against you? Now, I can't answer that to you. Everybody sitting has got a different total risk analysis or emotional and fear factor levels. If I'm sitting like this and I look at this with a portfolio value of $137, do you know what? $7, I'm willing to take that risk on this lot size of 0.07. Some of you might say, this is too much. I'm not willing to take this risk at all. What you need to do is do not change your entry or stop loss. Don't touch that. What you need to do is go and change your lot sizes. I'm going to reduce my lot sizes to 0.06. Same entry, same stop loss level. What's my risk now? $6.18. If you say, and you've got this fear, yeah, it's still too much, reduce the quantities of your lot sizes. Same different lot size, same entry, same stop loss, risk is $5. How do you feel to lose $5? I'm okay with it. If you're not okay with it, reduce your quantities. If you're okay with it and you want more, you can increase your quantities. But this is where the fear starts, because you're going to have fear when you make money and you're going to have fear when you lose money. But I don't need to go and track my portfolio every 5 minutes to see what it's doing, because now I'm afraid I'm going to lose the $137. I will not lose $137 if I've got a stop loss activated and the entry and a take profit. If I use the stop loss level, I've activated the stop loss level, I can put down my laptop or my PC or my phone, it doesn't matter, because I know I committed to lose on this specific trade $5 now. So I don't need to track it constantly. But you as a human being, you've got fear, you've got greed, you've got emotions, will go and see what the trade is constantly doing. So I'm going to commit on this trade to take a maximum risk of $5.15. I'm not going to lose $137. Remember, you're going to get the $7 back on this volume, and that's the risk I'm going to be taking is $5.15. So I've done the affordability side, and now I've done the risk side, the emotional side. Take profit. I'm going to activate the take profit. And the take profit level on this trade is 0. So that's the green box, 0.71927. That's the quantity I want to purchase. I'm comfortable with it. That's the entry level. That's the stop loss level. That's the take profit level. If this trade is going to go into my favor with this $7 investment, now I'm going to get the $7 plus minus back. Plus, if this trade goes from the orange line to the green line, I might make $10 on a $7 investment. That's your initial investment, the $7 that you're putting down that you're going to get back. And your profitability is almost $10.20. You're going to get that back as well. So if you've got $100 in your account, $7 will be taken out. You've got 93 left. $7 will come back. You're back on 100. If you've made a profit yet, $10 will be added to it. Now you've got a more higher value portfolio sitting at $110. And you might just do this for a few times. And then what happens then after that, as you increase and keep your risk low, you are building your portfolio. That's the objective. Don't think I need to make 1,000 rand with a $10 investment. It's likely to happen. I'm honest with you. So what you want to do is you want to grab the small amount, but your risk is small. And you want to build this portfolio. That is the objective here. Please give me a thumbs up if it makes sense. That is the objective here. Build, lower risk, build. You're going to do trades with failure. You're going to do trades with success. That's part of the market. You will never ever have a 80 or 90 or 100% hit ratio that's perfect. But you are building your risk, taking low risk, and there's performance there. You're building the portfolio. So here's the big thing behind everything for me. And it's the following. If my risk is $5 and my reward is $10, how many times will this risk go into this reward? So what I mean is the following. If I take $1 risk and I take $1 reward, how many times will this risk go into the reward? One goes in one, how many times? Once. And that is how we come to a ratio of 1 to 1. It's a 50-50. $1 risk, $1 reward. That's not how I want to trade. How I want to trade is example, $1 risk, $2 reward. $1 goes in $2 how many times? Twice. That's a 1 to 2 ratio. In this current market, you're not going to get a 1 to 3 ratio, meaning $1 risk, $3 reward. How many times will the risk go into the reward? 3 times. You're not going to get that. So try to get a 1 to 2. Could be under 1.2 or under above 2. It's not an issue with that. But do not chase certain levels in this type of volatile market. So here I've got a $5 risk and a $10 reward. So how many times will 5 goes in 10? Twice. So you're keeping your risk low. So what am I actually identifying here? Quantity, risk, reward, ratios, and fear. Fear is the biggest thing that causes emotions, and we do have emotions. You make mistakes on the market. So most of the trading signals that will be sent out to actually help you to get certain levels. Well done, Tato. If you got your 300 points, uh, there's certain techniques that you most probably used. This is on the US 50, that's the Dow Jones. But it's very, very important to look at your quantities. It's very, very important to identify what you can lose. Now, here's the thing that I've got sometimes a problem with. You get the guys on social media, and they will go in this scenario and they will show you how much money we've made. And then you will see they show you in cash. I don't know why people are withdrawing money out of their portfolio if it's there to invest with. But why you want to go and withdraw funds, go through the process, and then show everybody the money, and you're not going to pay it back in your account because you're going to most probably use it because the money is going to bother you. That's a fact. And most of these guys are using that funds that they gathered from other people. So here's the thing. If you see somebody making trades, look at their lot sizes. Now, some traders will go and do a lot size of 0.5 or 0.8. And what it means is if they go for higher lot sizes, and I'm going to show you now. So let's go and use 0.5 as an example. So I'm going to increase my lot sizes. So 0.5, that means you need to take $71 out of your trader's account as a margin, but you only got $137. You cannot use all that funds to trade on. So on that $71, if you do follow the trade, you need to ask yourself, $71 will go out. If this trade goes against you, you might lose $51. Are you comfortable to lose $51? If you're comfortable, your profitability is $102. So that sounds good. Everybody agree with me? So your initial investment was almost $72 that you're going to get back plus $102. That's a great investment. The only thing you don't know is how long it will take. That's the only problem. Time is always against you, and time will always be against you. Nobody can confirm with a crystal ball how long your position will be opened. We had position that was open for 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, heat out by stop loss or take profit. And we might have position that's open for a day or two before it hits take profit or stop loss due to the volatility. So those are things that you cannot calculate correctly. But for newcomers coming to the market, always got this question: what is my minimum deposit requirement? What's the minimum funds I need to put in because I want to be involved? This is one way for you to go and analyze. Okay, if I want to trade certain symbols, what my cost will be to trade those certain symbols. So example, on AUUSD, a lot size of 0.01 is going to require me to pay $14. So now you know, I want to trade such a product, maybe I must put 20 or 25 or $30 in my account. If I'm going to trade it, my risk is $10 and my reward is $20. How many times will the risk go into my reward? This will help you to overcome the fear factor. I'm going to be dead honest with you. Fear will always be there. Greed will always be there. People tend to share their profitabilities more than their failure on the market. That's a fact. I'm here to tell you it's not wrong to have a failure. It's not wrong to have a bad trade. You might go in a trade, technically it looked good, fundamentally it looked good. You did your analysis, you went into the trade, came close to your targets most probably, and then bad news came out affecting it. And that is why stop losses and take profit levels are very, very critical to use. Because you're going to go in a trade. Now look at this. I'm going to open this position here. And as I'm opening it, I'm just going to open it. You will always see when I confirm it, I'll always start in the red. You will always start in the red because there's spreads involved. Don't panic. Don't panic. Oh, damn. I'm already $4 negative, and I've just opened it. If you got the correct trading plan, as I've just showed you partly of it, we didn't do indicators as yet. Don't panic if you see I'm $4 down and just go and say, let me get out. Because do you know what's going to happen? If you're going to do this on a 1-minute chart or a 5-minute chart, you're going to be in and out, in and out, in and out constantly. Because you already started in the minus. Remember, you're not paying commissions. You are trading with the spreads now. Is everybody clear about that? Okay. Any questions? Closing this. Is there any questions? Anybody wants to ask a question? Did you learn something? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Did you learn something? Did it make sense to you? Trading is about patience. Trading is about a trading plan. Trading is about affordability. Trading, there's a lot of things that you need to learn to manage when you trade. The most important thing, anybody can buy a share, anybody can sell a share. You need to manage your emotions. You need to be managed. Okay, I'm glad you. Any questions? All good? All happy? Sure. So that is, you know now where to get the trading signals. You know now what to do with the trading signals. Put it on the system. Go for your penning option. Put it down. Calculate it. Now you know how much margin will be used. Now you know the importance of that margin. You're going to know what your risk is if you're going to do that trade. Now, a lot of people are giving out take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3, and then a stop loss. Go and test that on this calculator. If I'm going to use that entry level with T1, take profit 1, and compare the take profit 1 with your stop loss level, and I bet you most of the times that take profit 1 level that's been given is actually lower in profits than the losses you're going to have. And that is why people say, let it break take profit 1 and then go to take profit 2. Because now you're happy about take profit 1 and now you start panicking. Damn, I'm not actually making money. I'm still breaking even. What is happening here? And then it goes to take profit 2. And that might take a half an hour, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, depends on the volatility. Albeit, it's very, very important. You in a very educated market. What I mean with that is Trump will say something, Iran will say something different. Trump will say something an hour later, Iran will say something later. Something happens in Iran or Israel, Trump will say something. So yes, this is an awesome market to learn from because there's constantly market events or news coming out. As to go and trade a market and you only know, okay, this is Tuesday, tomorrow is Wednesday, but we're only going to get news on Wednesday. So I need to go and trade Friday with NFP because that is when the market is moving and I can make a quick buck. Let me be honest, there's trading opportunities through the course of the day. You might miss it because you were working. You might miss it because you didn't see it. You might miss it and it go against you. So there's a lot of different events happening in the day. And I really like this market more than a market that only people want to trade on NFP and CPI and maybe PPI that I believe for the last 2 years is not worthwhile to trade. And maybe they want to trade on the FOMC, that's the Reserve Bank news. So you don't want to have 4 events only in a month to trade. You want to constantly trade market conditions, market news that comes out. Can you get the replays of the video? Yes, we will post the replays tomorrow for you. I did record this and it will be posted for you. Well, I hope everybody had fun.